This is a really cool thing right by where we're about to head out.
You'll be just fine.
We're getting ready to go on our first scuba trip during our RV trip. So it's kind of special. This will be Landon's first dive post-certification. So you probably saw our video where he got scuba certified. Well, now he's going to be being able to apply his certification and his skills in a more tropical area. This is a really cool thing right by where we're about to head out. There's a movie I watched with my mom called The African Queen that I really like. I watched it again a couple years ago with Humphrey Bogart and Katharine Hepburn. And the original boat, the African Queen, is here. So you can apparently take a tour on it and ride on it, but check it out. It's been around the world. They restored it to look like the original film, and it's operational. Look at this thing. It's a boiler. Toot toot. It's pretty awesome.
Okay, kiddo, you're all set up there.
All right. Before we take you under the sea, I want to ask L Train, what was going through your head right here, where you make this little face, this little, I don't know what kind of face you call that, but definitely there was something going through your head. What were you thinking?
I'm so excited to go on my first boat and actually do scuba, not in a lake.
Were you excited and nervous? Did you have any nervousness, or were you just excited?
Just excited.
Oh, anytime I do scuba, I get a little bit of nervous, but then once we dive in, all the nerves go away. Here we go. Before I show you this next part, I want to explain to them kind of like the dive master. When you go diving, typically you have a dive master with you, and they've been trained. They train divers. They know all the local spots. They know all the local wildlife. So we were kind of taking the dive master's cue on this next situation. Dude, you pet a shark.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy. I saw at first he kind of was like, go do it, and you were like, you were like,
I was hovering over it.
You're like, test pet. But then when you touched it, how did it feel? What were you thinking?
It felt scaly, tough.
Like sandpaper.
Yeah.
Nurse sharks, if you Google them, that's what this one is, a nurse shark. It's a slow-moving, bottom-dwelling shark, and they're not harmful to humans unless you agitate them. And after Landon and Carrie pet the nurse shark, I wanted to pet the nurse shark too, but he didn't seem to like me too much. After we were done petting that shark, we sort of circled back to where we started and we saw another predator. That shark is called a reef shark, and those actually can be a little bit dangerous. So as soon as we saw it, the guy kind of motioned like, hey, there it is. And he kind of was like, hey, stay here, because they can get a little bit more aggressive or territorial. After our first dive was done, then it was time for dive number 2. And do you remember what this dive was called? What type of dive? It was a wreck dive, because we were diving down on a sunken ship area. You remember that? Mm-hmm. We saw a lot of cool wildlife there. This dive was a little bit deeper, and you can see Landon's arms are kind of crossed. Were you cold? Mm-hmm. I was really cold on this dive, but we started to see some really cool creatures. Should we show them the turtle? Mm-hmm. Let's do it. Okay, after a while on this dive, the visibility started to go south, and so you couldn't really see more than about 10 to 15 feet, I would say, in front of you. We got to kind of this anchor. It was like a turn point of the dive. The dive master kind of pointed out this turtle that was swimming by, and I was like, oh, another turtle, let me swim after it. So I started swimming after it and trying to get some good shots. Dude, you guys left me.
No, you started chasing off a turtle.
Hey, she pointed out the turtle just a little bit. I swam. Next thing I know, I turned around. I couldn't see you, Mom, or the dive master. Where did you guys even go? Like, from your perspective.
We were starting to turn the dive, right? While we were going back, we looked back and we couldn't see you. Well, we looked around for a little bit and then we went up. I don't know.
You guys didn't look very hard. You didn't care. You were leaving me at the bottom of the ocean. What you're supposed to do if you get lost, you're supposed to... Well, first of all, you always go diving with a buddy. So we had a buddy system going on. You never dive alone. And if you get separated from your buddy, you're supposed to look for your buddy for approximately about a minute and then resurface if you can't find them. I think I looked for you guys for about 3 minutes. So I was looking, couldn't find you. Finally, I said, look, I'm going up. Thankfully, we reunited on the surface. We got back into the boat safely and headed back home. But it was definitely an adventure, to say the least. Mm-hmm. Agree? Landon, Matthew, Rayford, you just finished your first real in-water scuba dive. How do you feel?
Awesome.
You feel accomplished? Feel confident?
Yeah.
We saw amazing stuff. Tell them what we saw, dude.
We saw 1 reef shark, 4 nurse sharks, a lot of different kinds of parrot fish, I think. Mm-hmm. Trumpet fish.
Yep.
Lobster. Barracuda. Puffer fish.
Yep. So much. Like, it was awesome. You saw pretty much almost everything I've seen, except for rays and eels. Yeah, everything else. That was incredible. And we got to do a wreck. I got lost.
Oh, and I got to pet the
That was awesome. Hey guys, thanks for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and follow the page. You can also hit those 3 buttons there and click follow, then see first so you never miss one of our videos.